Yo, it's Larizer. And don't you believe it? Alrighty, more affinity missions today. Which one are we gonna do today? Let's see. Whoops, let's do one outside. Sure. So I'm just trying to get a little more lore out the game before I start chapter 13, because I don't know how much more lore is gonna be dumped on me when I start it. Because apparently it says chapter 13, but it's actually like cut into multiple parts. I think 3 parts. So it's like chapter 13 part 1 or act 1 in chapter 13, act 2 in chapter 13, act did I say act 3 already? Act 1, act 2, and act 3, essentially. Where the hell am I going? I walked right past it. Okay. Alright, here we go. Some Neilnail action. Oh wow, and Celica.
Hey, how you been? Been a while, hasn't it?
Hello there.
I mean, we just did a mission with you, Celica. We're gonna speak to Neilnail.
Nothing in particular. I just happened to see you and thought I'd say hi.
Is that
okay,
so?
That's a lie.
Right, exactly.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. We could take it to the barracks. Wait, before all that, I believe I owe you my thanks.
For what?
I hear you saved my dear little sister. CelicaCULICA truly landed in hot water.
CelicaCULICA.
Really?
So they
Thank you.
Not only are they the
Little
same
sister
race.
is going too far, Lady Neil. I am not worthy.
Okay.
Really?
They're not actually
I disagree.
related, but still.
We were both spawned from the same artificial womb plant. We Clue are all one big family, aren't we?
Perhaps, but you're the High Custodian, the most exalted in all of Clurian society.
Okay,
Whereas
so they
I
are
am
both
from a line of
Korean.
acolytes who serve you. The mere act of accompanying you like this, it's an honor beyond compare.
Is that so? I haven't been back to our home
I mean, I
planet
can't
in
be-
so long, but
I
I
can't be
see
talking
our
as if
education system is as
I don't have
rigid
like
as ever.
several fucking humans.
I'm
but
tired
it's
of all
like,
this
when
pomp
it
and
comes to
ceremony. Leave the
other
hierarchical
races,
stuff to
it's
the
like
other girls.
L,
I'd appreciate it if you could simply be
and
yourself
then that's
around
it.
me.
I think.
Lady Neil.
Well, obviously
Whoops,
Celica and
we're getting
Neilnail,
sidetracked.
but everybody else is human.
I'll tell you the rest in the Blade Barracks. It'll be easier if you
Well,
see the
you
data
know,
firsthand.
Elma aside. What the fuck is Elma? I hope they explain that in chapter 13. Cause what the fuck? They just go, she's an alien. Okay, but what kind of alien? Any? Oh, let's. I mean, neither one really matters at this point. They're both maxed out in more ways than one. So let's just Neilnail. At some point, everybody else stopped leveling up. Then again, I think I have the experience boosters on them, and I don't think I ever took them off. Anyway, well, actually, speaking of that, since let's see, might as well put them on them then. Can I put it on? No, we have nothing here. All right, let's go visit L and open up some slots, and then get those experience boosters on. Let's do that first.
Yeah.
I got a feeling this one's not gonna be a short one.
That's great.
Step right up.
I
Hey,
refuse to step right up. How about you step right down? Equip gear. Oh wait, let's do the equip first. I'd hate to do that, and then yeah, I thought so. And you disguise. What the hell is that? Wait, what? That's just the school uniform, right? I don't recall it being called disguise. But I guess it's called disguise. Well, whatever. It has a slot open, so I'm not too worried about it. What about you? Nope. And what about me? Nope. Alright. Now let's open up a slot. It doesn't really matter since you're equipped properly now. We'll just do this one. In fact, we'll. Oh, you can only do one. Okay, we'll do another one. Yep, and then we'll do Neilnail. I mean, we don't have to, but we're gonna. Just to be spending some of the things, some of this Maranium. I'm pretty sure by the end of it, I'll have maxed out my Maranium again. Can I do another one? Can I do another one? Alright. And then we do the equipping. Experience boost. Boom. Give you 2. Whoops. Okay. You 2, and then whoops, and then give you 2. Just enough slots to do that. Boom, and then boom. Alright, that should be enough to give them a little boost. I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of fighting outside of whatever this affinity mission gives, but if I do, they'll get experience for it. I could have just teleported, but you know. Yeah. She gets it.
Right then, first, take a look at this.
And what
The
am I
time we
looking
went
at?
to Oblivia, remember those mystery mechs that attacked us?
Yes.
I
the Twin
finally
Rovers.
figured out what they're all about. Rather, I remembered seeing the very same ones in a database back on our home planet.
They're Clarion. So that means...
Yeah, those machines are mobile weapons developed using actual Clarion technology. Would it be easier if we simply called them skells? The model is old, practically antique.
I guess.
But these were
Ancient
special
scales.
skells who once served as personal bodyguards to a certain custodian. They require no pilot and were designed from top to bottom to be fully autonomous. In actual fact, there's something of a trick to their autonomic functions.
Really?
Now, pop quiz. If I asked you who you could trust implicitly, who comes to mind?
What? Myself. I mean, you could say you're friends, but I mean, yeah, sure, you're friends. it's kind of a vague question. Like, who can you trust? You would say your friends, but if we're talking like, I don't know. I'm gonna say your friends, but somewhere in my heart, I feel like if we're talking 100%, without any sort of doubt, without any sort of variables, yourself, myself, but your friends.
Indeed, a model answer. But in this case, I'm sorry to say you'd be wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
The
I
answer
knew it.
is yourself.
Bingo.
Why?
Like I said.
Because logically, it's impossible for you to betray yourself.
Exactly. That's exactly
Ergo,
what I'm
it
talking
stands
about.
that you can trust yourself. And so, the master of those scales copied her personality onto them and incorporated it into their autonomic system. The personality of the High Custodian Neilnail.
So you did it. Wait, what? So are you like a Neilnail clone or some shit? Or is she gonna say that um there's always a Neilnail, like no matter what?
I did. By which I mean, of course, my predecessor.
Yeah, I figured.
The High Custodian. Her existence is perpetuated through the use of clones.
Yep, I nailed it. Nailed it
She
in
who
one.
presides over the knowledge of ancient times. Such is the destiny of Lady Neilnail.
Well, I may be a clone, but I still have my own personality, thoughts, and desires.
Of course.
The point is, those scales are technically the embodiment of a former iteration of Neilnail. Let's call the white one Neilnail Albus, and the black one can be Neilnail Fervus.
All right.
Here's what I think. Their job is to defend any sites of Chlorian influence. That is the duty of a Neilnail.
But
And that's why we were attacked.
I was gonna
Who
say,
else to
wouldn't
right
it
the wrongs of the High
recognize
Custodian
Neilnail as a
but the
custodian?
High Custodian herself?
Right.
Which means there's only one thing left to do.
For you to go figure
Destroy
it out.
them. Put the old Neilnail in her coffin. As I'm sure you're aware from the last battle, they're not likely to roll over and die for us.
Obviously not.
Once again, would you lend me your strength? Please?
Is it really necessary though? Like, do you have to kill them?
I'd like to entreat you too. Please give Lady Neil the help she requires. The way you rescued Rock and I from those ruffians, I imagine you'll have no trouble prevailing in this.
Celica.
All right.
Really? Well, that's great. I can't imagine a better person for the job.
Lady Neil, let me
I've
accompany
just
you
realized
too. I
that
promise I won't slow you down.
sneakily,
Thank you, Celica. With you at my side, I'm all the more
there's
reassured.
this thing where in Xenoblade 1 and 2
First off, we'll need to find your
Blades
predecessor's scales, won't we?
are
According to the data
British,
I collected,
right?
they
And
recently
blades usually
ambushed
have some
someone,
sort of
a
gem
blade
on
who was
them,
exploring a
right?
cluster of ruins
So
in
both of them
Chronicles.
speak.
If
Not
the
speak,
scales
what
are
the
meant to
fuck am I
deter
saying?
anyone who
Both of
explores too
them,
far into
yeah,
the
both of them
ruins,
speak in
then...
a British
You're saying
accent.
if we
They
investigate
both
those
have
ruins
gems
ourselves,
on them,
they will come for us.
so they
Bingo. I think it's
kind
worth a
of
try.
look like blades.
For starters, why don't we try looking in those ruins for info samples?
In
That
terms
said,
of
we'll have to be
Xenoblade 1 and 2.
snappy. We can't risk them claiming any more victims.
At once, Lady Neil.
I mean, everybody in 3 was British, but that's besides my point. Shut up. Don't ruin my theories. Although it's less of a theory and more of me just running my mouth. We're going back to Oblivia, correct? Incorrect. Silverlum? Nope. Oh, Cauldros. Oh. Okay. I kind of wasn't paying attention to what was being said, so I have no clue what's going on right now. Oh God. Okay. But is that it? Or is it the thing below it? Whatever. Oh wait.
They've spotted us.
Well, whatever.
Watch the halo! Take the initiative! Close in! Now it's my turn! Spectacularly done! Do some
I
damage!
hope I did my part.
Okay, that definitely wasn't it. So are we going down? Or... Oh. You salvage Royal Records 3. Oh, it's just okay. What am I doing? Just I guess this one's closer.
Watch the halo! Take the initiative! Close in! Now it's my turn!
Absorb escape!
I appreciate the help. Hostile neutralized. Switch to close-range combat.
What's going on? I can't
You
move.
wish. Up here! Now shoot them while they're distracted. Blink and you'll miss it! Contra Flail!
Cockpit time.
That's it! Melee strikes!
Absorb escape!
I owe you one.
Is that it?
You wish. Blink and you'll
nope.
miss it! Contra Flail! Spectacularly done.
Goodbye.
Exemplary battle.
Royal Records 1.
Huh.
Who's over here? Let me get that thanks. Thank you. There's another one. Okay. Who? Oh, what? Who is it?
Watch the halo! Up here! Shoot them while they're distracted. End it all! Success!
I hope I did my part.
Alright, that was weird. And something was in my ear. Come on. No. Stop. Chill out. Salvage Royal Records 2. Alright.
Nothing yet. Your forebears' scales refuse to surface. Perhaps the ruins of Koldros really have nothing to do with Clerians.
No, I'm sure that they do.
Just not in the right area
I took
yet.
a good look around the cloister. It was incredibly subtle, but there were traces of the clue. It's starting to look like Samarian worship took a radical turn, very different to the peaceful faith it once was. There's a high probability that we'll find them here. The problem is, where to look. Perhaps we should try thinking more central.
Central, you say?
From the records we have to go on, we know that a king once ruled here, a civilization under an almighty monarch. This place was once the royal capital. Now, where would a king take his seat?
In the throne room. Yeah, of course, govern from the castle.
Yes, he would. For a variety of reasons, throughout history, castles have been a mainstay of sovereign power. The castle, both a threshold between ruler and governed, and a bulwark against foreign invaders.
A means of defense? Just as the scales are, you mean?
It's a possibility. Now, time to check our theory.
Gang!
Onward to Orsim Castle. We're sure to find answers there.
I mean, might as well. You just there begging to get hit.
Watch the halo! Take the initiative! Close in!
Understood.
You wish! I get your miss! Thank you! Gotcha! That's it! Gotcha. Melee strikes! Gotcha! Nice! Move in and do some damage. I'll burn you all to the ground! One float ends it all!
All right. Let's get going. Shouldn't there be a, yeah, I was about to say, shouldn't there be a, skill entrance? There they are.
Lady Neil!
Yeah, we found our skulls. This floor plan suggests that this was once the castle's keep. The keep is the king's seat of power. In other words, it's the heart of these ruins. As we've determined, these skulls are dangerous foes not to be trifled with. That said, it's not like we have any other option. Destroying them is the only way.
I guess. What?
Didn't have
They
to be
took me
like
on my
this.
scale?
I'm attacking! Shadow strike! Absorb it and you'll miss it!
Why
That's
can't I
it. Settle
do
down! Move in and keep the rhythm going!
Whoops. She's busy trying to read the hint.
Full specs!
Side flash!
0-0! Stop! Try attacking again. Black Bane!
I have the shot!
Fire!
Fire!
Slightly
We're up against a big target. Buff up hostile
Neither
neutralized.
should you.
Switch to close range combat. Must be relentless. Shadow strike.
Dispel! Conduction rise!
That's it. Our task is done. They'll never harm an innocent again. The custodian herself has cleaned up the old one's mess. The matter can finally be put to bed.
Lady Neil, was this really the right thing to do? They were erratic and unsafe, but were they not also a part of you?
There's an easy answer to that one, Celica. If you are always chained to the past, you can never look to the future. Even if it means denying my old self's legacy, I still intend to right their wrongs. We Clue must rise above our past if we're to soar once again through the infinite beyond.
Among the acolytes, there were some who disputed your authority. Some even called you heretic. Now I see the truth. I see that you have always had Clue's best interests at heart.
The same can be said of all Clurians, Celica. You see, the only difference is how we go about it. Besides,
that's just
making
about how all
contact with alien
conflicts start.
races, it's not always the solar storm we think it'll be. We don't need faith and tech as crutches, not when words can bridge the gap between worlds. We have a prime example of that right here, right?
But of course.
Yes.
Now, we've wrapped up our business in Coldros, but there's still much work to be done on Mira. So many races journeyed through the stars to end up on this single planet. Cosmo-archaeologically speaking, it's odd. The way Mira keeps presenting mystery upon mystery, I doubt my work's drying up anytime soon.
Effervesce. What the hell? I need a vacation.
Oh, you're pretty much indispensable at this point if I'm to perform my fieldwork here. Hey, why don't you become my assistant? Yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't know about all that.
Lady Neil, the humans might have pressing matters of their own to deal with right now.
Silly Neilnail. Mission complete. You learn the Psycho Launcher Art Heroic Tale. That's right, these affinity missions at this point are basically skill acquisition. What the hell are my skills? They just took them away, huh? They're probably sitting outside. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I need to do all that. Oops. Alright, let's get back. Yes, well, we're probably gonna do maybe one or two more affinity missions before we get back to chapter 13. I just wanted, you know, a few more skills, a little more lore, just to see where characters stood within the world of Mira. Because there's obviously, even before the ending, when I was doing the Dr. B, not Dr. B, yeah, Dr. B normal mission, I found out that while he was a time traveler, he couldn't escape Mira, not even chronologically. He couldn't go back. He was from the future, and he couldn't go back to the future because it seemed like the planet itself was stopping him. So that was like already the first hint. That was already the first hint before the ending, like kind of made the biggest reveal that it literally is the planet doing something strange. But the fact that in 2015 people got that ending with no elaboration whatsoever for a whole decade is diabolical at best. I'm not even sure they answer those questions in the in chapter 13, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If you're still here, thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.